friends and family of our graduands, and our distinguished guests. Welcome to the Media Design School's 2022 graduation ceremony. I am Steve Dorner, Associate Dean and Program Director for the Bachelor of Art in Design, 3D Animation, and Visual Effects at the Media Design School. Before we begin the formal proceedings this afternoon, I ask you to please set your mobile phones to silent or turn them off. Now, would also be a good time to take note of the emergency exits on either side of the stage. Graduations are a wonderful day of celebration, not just for our graduands, but for their family and their friends, including young children. The smaller ones may make noise during the ceremony, but that is part of the day, so let's be patient and kind to each other. Please feel free to take photos after the ceremony, but we ask that you do not interrupt the formal proceedings with requests for private photography when the graduands are being presented with their awards. If you are able, please now be upstanding to welcome the Hawa group to perform the welcome and pofari for the academic procession.
ko e rangea koki.
Please remain standing until everyone has entered and until the Kaiwaka and National Anthem, if possible. We will then be seated for our first speeches. anthem. We ask you to join in the singing of the national anthem.
Ei hoa atua, o ngā iwi wa tora, a ta whaparora, me aroa, i ahua o te pai, i a tātou a tāpai, mana ki ti a mai, a te aroa, our nations at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat, but defend our freedom. A Pacific triple star from the shrouds of strife and war. Make her praises heard afar. God here in New Zealand.
Please be seated. Tēnā koutou, me ngā mihi, te pōwhiri, mahana, ki a matua. Thank you for your warm welcome to us. It is my pleasure to now welcome our General Manager of Design and Creative Technologies, Darren Melrose.
O tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. And ngā mihi nui kia hiwa. And for opening these proceedings in such a memorable way, it's a privilege to have hiwa here and for their support on this occasion. So kia ora koutou. Good morning, graduates, family, friends, faculty, and special guests. As you heard, my name is Darren Melrose, and I'm the General Manager of Design and Creative Technology here. And on behalf of Media Design School, it's my pleasure to welcome you here today. Today, we celebrate the awarding of qualifications to students who have been successful in their studies, whether it be a one-year journey or indeed, as many of our graduates here today, a many-year journey. So it is a great pleasure to be here, finally. For a few years there, we were wondering if we actually get to do this graduation, but we finally made it, so it's a great pleasure to be here. This is an extraordinary moment. It's our first in-person graduation ceremony in Auckland since 2020. An in-person graduation ceremony, who would have thought a year ago? So this is a very special rite of passage for Media Design School students who sit here before us. Today, you take part in a centuries-old tradition that both celebrates your academic achievement and shares a small part of your experience with your family and friends. Many, if not all, of our graduates have completed their studies amidst the incredible roller coaster of the pandemic. Today we honour you, we congratulate you, and thank you. It's a momentous achievement to graduate in this context, unprecedented for us. You should be proud of this achievement, and indeed we are at Media Design School really proud of you. Graduates, today's ceremony is not only a chance to celebrate your success and triumphs, but a moment to reflect on all the hard work and determination it has taken for you to get here. Today we acknowledge this hard work, the sacrifice, the personal dedication and the drive it has taken to get to this moment. So congratulations, graduates. We must also acknowledge the support that has helped you along the way, to all the families and friends who are here, and to those who could not be here in person, thank you. Thank you for the encouragement you have offered, and in many cases, the sacrifices you have made in supporting our graduates. I'd also like to take a moment to reflect more broadly on our students, our staff, our alumni, and our industry connections and our impact. Media Design School is the #1 digital school in Asia Pacific and has cemented a reputation in New Zealand's most awarded institution for digital and creative technology qualifications. I'm so proud of the achievements of our school. Since 1998, we've been at the forefront of innovation. We were the first to recognise the growing influence of emerging creative industries, such as games, film visual effects, creative advertising, and more recently, virtual reality and artificial intelligence. We have now grown to nearly 1,000 students and boast a global alum community who can be found working in the likes of Weta FX, Disney, Saatchi's, Pickpock Games, Blizzard, and more. This is our 10th year of providing games degrees, and we're very proud that 1 out of every 4 people working in the games industry are MDS graduates. Now with our home here in the Wynyard Quarter and our ability to run programs fully online, we are looking forward to the future with much confidence, alongside our sister institution, Torrens University, Australia. To our graduates, we look forward to your future with great confidence. Qualifications aren't all equal. We set very high standards, and it's impressive that you sit here today. Thank you for your hard work and dedication, and we look forward to following your career in the future. It's now my great pleasure to introduce our our guest speaker for today, Sean Elliott. Sean is a principal artist in design at Rocketworks. Originally the first artist on board for Carius, he spent the initial years of development establishing workflows and pipelines before jumping onto the design team to help curate the fun. And he's gone off script today because if jandals and boardies could be considered a personality trait, that would be Sean's. But he's very dressed up for everyone here. It is a pleasure to have Sean share his story with us all today. Please join me in welcoming Sean Elliott.
Sweet. Forego my usual uniform to pretty up for the photos, so excuse the formal attire. Kia ora and hello everyone. Firstly, thank you for having me speak for you today. I was incredibly humbled to be asked, so I just hope that I can do it some justice. As mentioned, my name is Sean Elliott, and I'm currently a member of the design team right here in Rocketworks. I'd just like to preface that if you went to the GDC this year, you'll notice that I've adapted the format of the speech that Guy Blumberg gave on his journey in the games industry. It was very introspective, and it got me thinking about my own journey, and hopefully I can impart some knowledge. My journey began in about 2010, when I actually got into the Elam School of Fine Arts to study a Bachelor of Fine Arts. 2 years later, I came to MDS and did a diploma of 3D animation, before jumping into the newly created Bachelor of Creative Technologies as one of its first intakes. After university, I started off doing asset store packs for the Unity store for a company, which then brought me on board for an unannounced mobile game. After a couple months, I was actually made art lead for the project, so really flexing those newly minted MDS skills. We put that project on hold to start a 3-month kind of project for a game for Miniclip, which was going to be the spiritual successor to Agar.io or Agario, which was called Brutes.io, a little free browser-based brawler game. After the game quickly gained some traction and interest from investors and turned into a 2-year project that reached over 1.4 million players and had tens of millions of views across YouTube. After that, I took a little break from working directly in the industry and got into the swimming pool plastering trade. But on the side, I started my own company doing architectural visualization and swimming pool design using Unreal Engine before that was kind of widely used in that space. I was then approached to check out a new project starting up here in Auckland, which turned out to be Icarus, the flagship title for Rocketworks. As said, I jumped on the very beginning as the only artist with 3 other programmers. We worked at our CEO, Dean Hall's apartment, just sitting on his dining room table with some laptops. 3 years later, we hit roughly 70 at our biggest time in the team. We've released the game, now working on our first DLC, and I'm one of the senior designers with as a key stakeholder in a lot of our key systems. We did move out of Dean's apartment in the end. And that's really my journey, but that's kind of just what it says on my CV. So we'll kind of rewind it back, and I'll take you through that journey again, but what it was like from my perspective, and hopefully impart some of the lessons learned along the way. So Elam, honestly, I hated it, mainly because it really wasn't what I wanted to do, and it just didn't work for me. So I really found out that I enjoyed the technical, skill-based side of creativity, and that degree was kind of just all about conceptualization and abstraction of ideas. So halfway through, I jumped ship, pulled the pin, and at the time, I was quite ashamed and disappointed in myself because I'd just got into this very prestigious and really poncy art school that boasted a higher rejection ratio than Harvard at the time, and then I just left halfway through. But looking back, what that experience taught me was the importance of recognizing when something just isn't working. And even though you spent time or invested in it, if it's not working, then it's more worthwhile to acknowledge and make a change. And it's a lesson that I lean on nearly every day when testing out prototypes or exploring concepts. If they don't work, then more often than not, it's worthwhile to acknowledge and make the change. And then I went to MDS, and honestly, I'm just kidding. I really enjoyed it. As soon as I stepped foot on the open day, I knew that I had found what I was missing from my time at Elam. It was all directly skill-based practical application to the creative process. And the foundational skills I learned here set me up to make my way through this exciting industry. And I still work with a number of my classmates today. There was one little footnote though, and that was the unmitigated disaster that our final year project was. And I think we're probably the reason why they don't like big teams in that space. The next 3 bullet points I'll kind of combine and title as both the best and worst part of that journey. The asset store stuff was fine to build up a bit of experience, but I made 1 sale, and my cut for roughly 150 hours work was about $4. The mobile game, again, gave some good experience, but it never got released, and so as a CV credential, kind of doesn't hold up as well. But both of those don't really do justice to what the Brutes project turned out to be, which is I was the only artist on the whole 2-year project, and it completely blew out my work-life balance. We were a very tiny team with a little initial investment, so I took a low base wage, but a high potential cut of the ad revenue. And once the game drew attention, we got a bit of a cash injection from Tencent, but we still needed the game to make it big in the Western market for ad revenue to really kick in, but unfortunately that never came to fruition. So at the end of it all, I left that company with no future prospects, burnt out and owing myself a ton in provisional tax as I was a contractor at the time. But one of the main takeaways from that period for me was learning how not to work and the importance of time management and scheduling, and always get a professional to read over your contract. Basically what it boiled down to is because 100% of the art requirements was on my plate, and this being my first kind of proper opportunity, I took it as a challenge to get it all done without kind of questioning anything. My inexperience meant that I didn't really have a proper grasp of how long things would take me, and I'd often find myself working until 2 or 3 in the morning and then picking up again at 7 for nearly the whole 2 years. Looking back at what it did give me though was a trial by fire crash course to refine my skills in nearly every part of the pipeline, and I released a game in the process. An opportunity and a skill set that probably would have been quite hard to obtain if I had taken a more traditional, albeit relaxed path. The pool plastering stint for me was a labourer, mixing and moving an average of 1.5 tons of plaster per day. This part probably felt like my lowest point, not because of what I was doing, but because it wasn't what I wanted to do. And it felt like I'd failed as a game developer and had to scramble for anything I could get. Looking back at it, however, I now appreciate that the pay was good and the days were short, and which allowed me to regain a really good sense of work-life balance. And in this climate, where there are so many remote opportunities, being able to clearly allocate that time is really invaluable. It also allowed me to get over my burnout and start up that little side project, which was the architectural visualization and the pool design for a lot of the clients we were actually working with. This helped me keep up with the current tech and play around in some spaces that I probably wouldn't have in the game design sector. And then comes to Rocketworks. And I can probably sum up this kind of continuing 3-year period as imposter syndrome. I actually got the interview through one of my colleagues at MDS, and from day one, I felt like the littlest fish in the biggest pond you can imagine. Also, I'm pretty tall, but most of the guys there were it was like a 7-foot guy, so I was actually quite small. To this day, it can be a daily struggle against the voice that says things like, "What are you doing here? Look at how much better those are around you. And look at where you've come from, because you've probably still got some pool plaster in your hair. But with a bit of practice, that voice can be turned into something like, look at what you're doing here. You're working as one of the senior designers on a AAA survival game. Look at the talented team members around you and how much you can learn from them. And really focus on that word team, you're part of it. And look at how far you've come so far. So I implore each of you, look at what you guys are doing here. You're accomplishing a huge feat, earning a big step in an exciting career path. Look at those around you, maintain those connections, and continue to learn and grow from each other. And look at how far you've already come. Think back to your first day, when you were first getting your logins, or in the game section, if you booted up Maya or Max for the first time for the artists, and PowerPoint, I don't know what the programmers use, for the first time. And look at where you guys are now. Use that same drive and passion that got you here today, and who knows where it might take you. Thanks again for having me, and a massive congratulations to you all.
Sorry, Darren's speech. Right, jandals and boardies. Here we go. Thank you, Sean, for your very inspirational words this morning. We now proceed to the next part of the ceremony, which recognizes your academic achievements. It is my honor as Associate Dean of Media Design School to confer the awards. I certify that the candidates present and those listed in absentia have fully fulfilled the conditions prescribed for the award of their degrees, diplomas, and certificates, and are entitled to be admitted to the rank, privileges, and responsibility of those awards. Will the graduates who have qualified for the various awards please stand? Yep. All of our graduates who are here today, please stand. Lovely, thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the governing board of the Media Design School, its policies and executive under the provisions of the Educational Act of 1989 and in its associated amendments, I confer the degrees, diplomas, and certificates for which you and those listed as in absentia have qualified. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to invite Ruth Cooper, New Zealand Country Director, to the podium to provide the presentation for the program of Digital Creativity Foundation. Ruth will share a few highlights of the program, including showreel and student work. And at the end of the showreel, Ruth will read out the names of the students who have successful in their studies. Ruth is standing in for Bonnie Kia today.
Tēnā koutou katoa. It's with much pleasure that I have the opportunity to read out the names of those students who are graduating from the Digital Creativity Program today. For those of you who aren't familiar with the program, this group of students have developed introductory level skills across many of the areas in the creative industry. And one of the fabulous things about the program itself is it builds up the right kind of skills for these students to make really good decisions going forward in terms of further study or entry-level positions within the creative tech industry. Bonnie would very much like to send her congratulations to every single student who will be coming to the stage today. She has had an accident, but you will be very pleased to know that she is just fine, and when the opportunity arises, I'm sure she'll be in contact with you to congratulate you herself. Bonnie's team and her incredible team of tutors on this program have done a phenomenal job with these young students to prepare them for what lies ahead. So I mentioned about the amazing work that these students have done. But before I read out the names, I think that the show reel itself will show you exactly what these students have been up to over the last 12 to 18 months. I would now like to welcome back our special guest, Sean Elliott, who will be congratulating the graduates and be presenting the certificates on our behalf for the Digital Creativity Foundation program. Alexandra Pavlova. Stopping here, shape. Alexandra, if you want to come back for a photo, always the first one has the biggest challenge to get that. Come on back and have a photo, Alexandra. Thank you. Archie Etefu Wimaona. Braden Whitford. Emma Leonard. Estava La'au Au Nai. Harrison Greensill. Hayden Henderson. Joshua Goodall. Joshua Scott. T. Yong Kawi. Alex Emarali. Luke Nicklin. Lucy Leggett. Max Pesey. Megan Scrivener. Nicola MacArthur Tomes. Scarlett Fromont. And finally, William Kuzmich. We got it right by the last one. Congratulations again to all graduates. And congratulations to those graduates of the Digital Creativity Foundation Program. It is now my pleasure to invite Jordan Brown, Program Director of the Bachelor of Creative Technologies and of Software Engineering, to present the next graduates with their awards.
Thank you, Ruth, and thank you, Sean. Today I will be presenting the graduating class of our Bachelor of Creative Technologies and Bachelor of Software Engineering programs. But first, I want to say a few words to the students that are now graduating today. I think for me, today is a little bit surreal. It's a little bit like multiverses colliding, seeing 4 different cohorts all here to graduate at the same time. Every class is different, and on these occasions, you want to try and say something that will resonate with the people who are here. So I spent a bit of time thinking about what makes each class different and what sets each class apart, only really to find that actually there are a lot more things held in common. In this crowd, it feels very normal to be a programmer, very normal to be an artist, very normal to make games. I sometimes forget how strange these things actually are. Believe it or not, normal people aren't talking about Nanite, Unity's new multiplayer tools, or the price of GPUs. So, though many of you may have not met everybody here today, I think there is a shared experience in studying at MDS which is really special to hold on to. I won't dwell on the obvious when describing the last few years, but I think it is fair to say that we've supported one another through some unusual times. Despite the changes we've seen, we've also seen a lot of resilience. I don't think we've seen any compromise in the quality of work or the things that you have been able to achieve. There is something specific I do want to talk about, and that is really to the July class of 2021. Among all of this, you've had the added hardship of losing a classmate, and many of you a dear friend. This is the year that Matthew Hogarth would have graduated, and we didn't want to let today pass without acknowledging him. For those of you who didn't know Matt, he was a BCT and DCF student who battled cancer throughout the duration of his studies. In the face of adversity, Matt was diligent, motivated, kind, and talented, dedicating himself to his art. In recognition of the impact that he had on his peers, faculty, and our wider community, MDS is establishing a scholarship in his memory aimed at supporting students with a drive and passion for making games. See, the memorable thing about Matt wasn't his adversities, but the perseverance that he had in spite of them. It's that same perseverance that has brought us all here today. Your hard work and dedication should be celebrated, as well as those who have supported you to get here and the support that you have shown to one another. The MDS community extends far beyond the walls of the campus. Your friends at school may become friends for life. Your classmates will become your colleagues, and I know for many of you that is already true, and future students will be inspired and look to you for guidance. For the amount of time we spend behind computers, the heart of what we do is the people. As a faculty, we are incredibly proud to have been with you on this journey, and we're excited to celebrate with so many of you today. We look forward to hearing your stories, meeting your families, and sharing in your success. In celebration of all of this and all you have accomplished, we have a showreel of your finest work to share, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. I would now like to welcome Sama, Senior Lecturer in Software Engineering, to congratulate each graduate. And on behalf of Media Design School, I present to you the graduates who are receiving the following award: Bachelor of Creative Technologies, specialized in game art. Adita Brown. Aaron Zealand Huo. Amy Williams. Angelica Aduna. Aswin Raj Indra Bhaskaran. Benjamin Aikenhead. Braden Howard. Caroline Tompkins. Shay Hong.
I want to get a photo on stage.
Dina Sagwan Rachasab. Devon Pittman. Reen Manita. Oh, thank you. Elizabeth Yirantan. I'm just going to move it because I want to see you guys as you come across too. Fiona Chiang. Hong Huang. Arena Deeptari Santoso. Isaac Betts. Jack Cam. Jackson Driver. Janet Ang. Jung Yun Yun. Zhang Yin Huangbo. Josiah Matagi. Joshua Haywood. Jules Valentine. Kane Sega. Lei Kwok Ang Nguyen. Logan Brett. Luke Evans. Luke Gallagher. Mana Siu. Manuka Mida. Mariah Kleinsmith. Matthew Moore. Maisie Pyatt. Michaela Tingchong. Natasha Verhoeven. Natana Ramsey. Nicholas O'Brien. Raghu Vanch Mamaish. Roger Painting. Sabrina Lee. Sebastian Barber. Sergio Mendoza. Chanel Ulunga. Sophia Rawson. Stuart Whitaker. Tiffany Rawson. Tyler Parkinson. William Lawrence. Xiao Liu. Sin Yin Lee. Yu Chen Lu. Zachary Rutten. And Zane Bodel. Now, on behalf of Media Design School, I present to you the graduates who are receiving the Bachelor of Software Engineering, specialized in game programming. Anton Leprevo-Smith. Benjamin Elijah Zaya. Benjamin George. Blair Corbin. Blake Summerfield. Cody Bartlett. Damon Jenkins. David Haverland. Guo Xing Lu. Harrison Osborne. Henry Oliver. Jack Belton. Jacob Van Ash. Jay Patel. Jonathan Dallas. Joshua Dormer. Justin Junlorn Ewan. Lorenzo Safu Zemp. Michael Jordan. Rachel Daniela Colasso. Raven Clancy Peets. Ray Yi Gawo. Ryan Wilkinson. Sakyawera Nandaruslam. Samuel Fortune. Shave Vreeberg. Vaughan Levi Webb. William Jack De Beer. Bodie Parker. One moment, I just have to adjust the sheet a little bit. Sorry guys, bear with me 1 second. It's just so dark, it's hard to see who's there. I've got another list here. Okay. Braden Clure. Bryn Griffiths. Chloe Johnston. And Cody Bartlett. Congratulations to all of the graduates of the software engineering program, and also to the graduates of Bachelor of Creative Technologies. It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Sarah Baker, Head of Research and Senior Lecturer of Postgraduate Design, to present the awards for our postgraduate design students.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Well, it's been a while. Last time I was at graduation, I was pregnant, and now I have a 2-year-old who's running around and telling me no way when I ask him for things. It shows how long it's been. Also, a note to self, take your hat off when you're hongy. As others have mentioned, it's been a really tough time to study. But in terms of the postgrad students graduating today, you wouldn't know it. As one of the clients that we worked with put it, they're a very talented and perceptive bunch of humans. She said how much she felt listened to, and in that moment I couldn't have felt prouder. So in my experience, really listening to people and listening to animals and listening to environments is one of the most important skills you can have as a designer. But, you know, postgrad study isn't easy, and it's often something you do alongside other responsibilities, such as work and family. And I know for all of the postgrad students today, that meant losing some weekends and probably a few evenings. So I want to recognise their commitment And I also want to say an extra thanks to partners, friends and families for putting up with another night or weekday or day of the graduates chained to their computer, so thank you. I also want to recognise the passion that all the postgraduate students put into their design problems that they chose to tackle. So from how to generate pathways into creative tech for communities in South Auckland, improving the image of hip-hop, helping people repurpose their unwanted things, to connecting to like-minded new mums. It's been such a pleasure to learn with and from the postgraduate students and to see them find and develop their strengths as designers. So with their specialisms becoming to be user experience design, visual effects, graphics, virtual reality or gaming, or a combination of these, I believe that these students are really set up for future developments in creative tech. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're the ones designing the future of creative tech themselves. So anyway, without further ado, I'd like to show the show reel. With no sound.
I'm the operator with my pocket calculator. I'm the operator with my pocket calculator. I am adding and subtracting. I'm controlling and composing. I'm the operator with my pocket calculator.
I'd now like to welcome my colleague, Dr. Moana Nepia, to congratulate each of the graduates. So on behalf of Media Design School, I present to you the graduates who are receiving the award of Master of Design. Ashley Jung. Jack Loy Short. Kaine Lee. Tamim Ahmed Saluji. Ying Kwan Lo. And this is a big one, receiving the awards of Master of Design and the Bachelor of Media Design, Juno Fataaiki Williams McCoy. Receiving the awards of Master of Design and Postgraduate Certificate in Design, Charlotte Rose Vincent. Receiving the awards of Master of Design and Postgraduate Diploma in Design, Aldous Poltek Boiler. Emily Jane Shen. And receiving the awards of the Master of Design, the Postgraduate Diploma in Design, and the Postgraduate Certificate in Design, Jairu Yan. Congratulations to all of our postgraduate students graduating today. I now welcome our Master of Ceremony, Steve Dorner, back to the stage. Thanks, Steve.
congratulations to all of our graduates and to those graduating in absentia today. May I ask family, friends, and invited guests to stand and join me in a warm round of applause to congratulate all of our graduates. Thank you. Please be seated. That's a bit overwhelming. To our graduates, do not forget that it takes a village, and many people have supported you. It is important to recognize that a part of the reason you are graduating today is because of the love, support, teaching, and mentoring provided to you. Parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, friends, husbands, wives, partners, children, neighbors, teachers, and community. We only succeed through the support of others. And for this reason, graduates, I ask you to show your applause now for those who have helped you along your journey. Warm thanks to the audience here today and to those watching on our online stream. But I'd also like to acknowledge those who have come before, the people who you have helped to achieve this extraordinary milestone. Graduates, I would like to ask you now to stand and thank each other and every one of them with a big round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. I now welcome back to the stage our special guest, Sean Elliott, to present the Media Design School Awards for top students. There you go. There you go. So some of these will not be here. Call them anyway in absentia.
Easy as. Sweet. I'm honored today to announce the Media Design School's 2022 Academic Excellence Awards, which are given to the student in each degree program who achieves the highest GPA. Cool. So for the Bachelor of Software Engineering, specializing in game programming, we have Timothy Sinclair. And
Timothy, please come to the stage.
I think he is absent today.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm sure he would if he could. And Benjamin Zahir. And for the Bachelor of Creative Technologies, we have Tyler Parkinson. And while Tyler's coming up, Sophia Rawson. And then for Master of Design, we have Karen Zazada, who is absent today. And Jack Short. And then postgraduate diploma in design, we have Emily Shen. And absent today is Peng Wan Shen. And then postgraduate certificate in design, Charlotte Rose Vincent. And Rosalind Sue, who is absent. And then the Digital Creativity Foundation program, both absent today, Elizabeth Johnston. And Zildjian Ramika, sorry about that, absent today. I would also like to extend our congratulations. List to be C, so that's everyone, sorry. Please enjoy me in another round of applause for all of our award winners.
Congratulations to all of our award winners today. I'd also like to take this moment to extend our gratitude to Sean Elliott for his generosity joining us today to share his wisdom with our graduates. It is now my pleasure to welcome Tiffany and Sophia Rawson, Bachelor of Creative Technologies graduates, to deliver our graduate address. Tiffany and Sophia.
Hello. Hello. My name is Tiffany, and this is my sister Sophia, and we both graduated from the Bachelor of Creative Technologies degree in November of 2020. Looking back, going to MDS felt like being accepted into Hogwarts. It was my dream school, and I couldn't be more grateful for my experiences there, the things I've learnt, and the people I've met.
For me, MDS still remains one of the biggest positive impacts on my life. I was surrounded by fellow artists and game enthusiasts. I felt welcomed and accepted for who I was. I'm going to take this off, sorry, it's bothering me. And I met many friends who continue to motivate me to grow.
For a bit of background on us, I got a job at Ninja Kiwi, where I've been working as a 3D artist for the past few years.
On the other hand, I've had 3 different jobs, took almost a year to get my foot into the industry, and just a few months ago, I lost my most recent job due to financial hardships within the company. So, quite the contrast. Not long after this happened, the opportunity to speak at graduation came up. And I thought, could the timing be any worse? I just lost my job. Rather than being the example I wanted to be, my road has been incredibly unpredictable. And for someone who used to plan everything to a T, things were not going to plan. However, having some time to reflect on all of these experiences now, it turns out that rolling with life's punches has not only helped me better understand myself and my goals, but I've also gained a lot of skills that I wouldn't have otherwise. For instance, I've sent out so many job applications that I don't take rejection so personally. I've developed technical skills in UI, which made me realize that I can learn anything I put my mind to. And losing my job proved to me that taking a leap of faith can be valuable regardless of the outcome. Had things gone the way I planned, I wouldn't have gained these skills at all.
When I was lucky enough to land a job in the industry, I thought it meant that I was expected to know everything because I had made it. I thought that asking questions would give away that I wasn't actually cut out for it, and that jobs were a place for working, not for learning. It made me wish I was back in the motivating learning environment of MDS. For those of us who have played competitive games before, it always feels good to win. For me, it was easy to keep playing against less skilled opponents and to leave when opponents were tough. If my goal was to win, then I was doing a good job, but it wasn't helping me become a better player. One day I came across a professional player who, upon defeat, calmly analyzed his mistakes and kept going. This made me realize why the goal of simply wanting to succeed has its flaws, because it meant that whenever I lost or struggled with a task, it felt like I was failing that goal. It made me think I wasn't good enough. I should already know this. Other people can do this better. Not only did it knock my confidence, but it made me avoid tough situations where I could learn and improve. But sticking around to rematch tough opponents and playing to learn left me with experience that was more valuable than winning a game, to see the knowledge that is gained by making mistakes and be motivated by it instead.
Overall, I think that the failures we endure through our lives are just as valuable and teach us more about ourselves than our successes do. Sure, maybe I would have been a little bit richer and my resume would have been a little bit cleaner, but I'm almost certain I would have continued to hold myself back in favor of my comfort zone and missed out on valuable opportunities to grow.
Now when I'm in games with better players, I stick around through the losses. And when I'm struggling with things at work, I ask for help. Every part of your life is an environment to grow if you look for it. So face those challenges, expect them, and look forward to them. Make your goal to learn, not to win, and you'll naturally find more success.
Graduation is only the start. Mistakes are going to be a constant and important part of discovering your goals and improving your skills. Keep embracing your failures and use them as your guide as you go out into the world. Thank you everyone for listening, and congratulations on graduating.
Thank you, Sophia and Tiffany, for your graduate address today and sharing those very personal reflections on your time after you finished your course. I was once at a graduation where the keynote speaker talked about courageous perseverance. And in starting a career, that's quite often key words. Not to give up, not to stop trying, not to let minor setbacks hold you back. So thank you both. To our new graduates, we are extraordinarily proud of you. We know how hard you've worked to get to this point, but you have done it, and today is your time to celebrate. As your careers will no doubt take you to all parts of New Zealand and the wider world, please know this, that the Media Design School community will remain your network. We will continue to support and hold you in the highest esteem. We also hope you will stay in touch with each other and with us, along with our alumni network. A special thanks to all the academic and invited guests. We look forward to celebrating with you at our next graduation. So please join us for refreshments at the conclusion of this ceremony as we congratulate this group. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the governing board of the Media Design School, I close today's ceremony. Please be upstanding for the exit of our academic progression, followed by our graduates and guests. Please allow the academics and graduates to exit the auditorium first before you exit, and we will see you in the auditorium. Thank you very much.